let me begin with you. It is a matter of concern for the Congress party that its governments are not winning repeat mandates. I think since 2011 that hasn't happened. And of course, you've seen what's happened at the central level as well. Even in Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh, where you seem to be having your noses ahead, the BJP has managed to arrest power once again, while in Madhya Pradesh, you couldn't quite boot them out of the seat. Is this not a matter of concern for the Congress party? The anti-incumbency versus your governments in just one term, while BJP governments winning repeat mandates.
The fact is that this time, in the three states that we have lost, we have to look within where we have gone wrong. Because if you look at the numbers do not indicate that we have lost per se. Because if you look at the numbers, there was a difference between BJP and Congress of about 0.5% in Rajasthan, and this time it is 2.5%. So somewhere we went wrong, and we have to figure what went wrong, because it was not the schemes, because whatever schemes we had, the Prime Minister kept saying that we are not going to close down these schemes. They were trying to better those schemes. So definitely we will be working that out. But it has, what does 2024 have to do with how elections are won or lost in the states? The fact is that the last time round in Madhya Pradesh, the government was brought down. And we must not forget that in most of the places, BJP, wherever we could have formed the government, if you remember Manipur, Goa, they ensured that they weren't.
So those are fair enough. I'll give you those three examples. The one in Madhya Pradesh where you won the mandate in 2018, but your party members broke that mandate and went to the BJP. Manipur and Goa, where you were the single largest party, or the BJP wasn't the single largest party, but they managed to, bring up a coalition faster than you, and you were caught napping. But if I leave those examples aside, let me also bring in BJP's Tom Vadakkan. You look at Uttar Pradesh, first time that a sitting chief minister won a mandate again after a full 5-year term, Yogi Adityanath. Uttarakhand, the first time a government was repeated. You've got Madhya Pradesh from 2003 to 2018, the BJP was in power, that's already multiple terms, and now you could argue that they were in government for 3 years, they've won a repeat mandate because anti-incumbency is against the last government. Gujarat, they have already won 7 repeat mandates, could win the 8th one. Chhattisgarh, they won 3 mandates back to back and now have come back to power. Assam, repeat mandates. Tripura, repeat mandates. Manipur, they first formed a coalition government, as you pointed out, but they have won a mandate now in 2022. So they were voted back to power outright. And Goa, you mentioned rightly, 3 terms, first on its own, then a coalition, then again on its own. So there is something here which is working for the BJP, which is pro-incumbency versus an anti-incumbency. Tom Vadakkan first.
Well, this is all in public domain. You have already set it on record what has happened. Now, the reality is they don't get out of their daydream. The reality is the grassroots. They suddenly decided on using the agenda of the caste census. What happened to that? It failed because there was a counter from our Prime Minister which said, women, youth, farmers and poor, that's the caste. Now this is the kind of challenges they are facing. We have this our Prime Minister who gives them the run for their money. There's no thinking, people around there. There is some compilation of some facts. They try to copy the cut and paste method of Aam Aadmi Party, the guarantees that they did, and they tried to paste it on Karnataka. They just succeeded. But what happened in Madhya Pradesh? What happened in Chhattisgarh? What happened in other states? Now, my question to you is, guarantees have to be supported by institutional support. That means the funds need to be allocated. You can't be like Karnataka, where you say that I'm going to meet these guarantees, but I have no funds for development. This is the statement of DK Shiv Kumar.
Okay,
so the point here.
Let me quickly take that back to Sujata Paul. Sujata Paul, you said our schemes weren't bad, but how do you judge that? If you're not getting elected or re-elected on the basis of your schemes, then you have to wonder whether those schemes worked. Plus, there is an added element that is coming out, that schemes or welfareism or guarantees alone do not get you re-elected. Your government is seen to be needs to be seen to be strong. Law and order, for example, in Rajasthan was a big issue. You cannot just win on welfareism alone.
That is exactly what I was trying to say, that it is not only on the schemes that elections were lost. That is exactly what I'm saying. Because
yes, so where else did you go wrong?
Yeah, coming to it. So obviously there was something wrong over there, but as far as law and order is concerned, you look at what has happened in Rajasthan. The assembly has been dissolved, and look at what Mr. Vadakkan is talking about. There's no thinking. He thinks there's thinking. There's only thinking with one person in their party. Here there are many
that's not what we're
minds.
discussing.
Look,
whatever the issue is, no, Sujata Paul, you're skirting around the issue. The issue is
No,
you're
I'm
not
not.
winning repeat mandates. The
I am
BJP
coming to
governments
it.
are.
Hang on. You know, for us, every election is important, and we have to obviously, when we are going into 2024, we have to think where we went wrong even in these elections.
Yes.
But the fact is that the number of votes that we got and the women voters that the Prime Minister is talking about, he is giving completely wrong data. And I am talking about the study after the elections on the votes cast by Lok Niti CSDS. That shows very clearly that more women voters have moved towards the Congress party rather than the BJP. Please go through it. This is data that we are talking about. And in the South,
okay, the Prime Minister has not quoted any women's data. That comment about women he's made, once again, he's made in the context of the fact that as far as the caste narrative is concerned, while your party is saying jitni abadi utna hak, he is actually talking about the 4 sections or groups of people in our society who need to be supported the most. This is almost
That's exactly what we are saying.